Attention everyone, the wait is over. The hosting right for the Student Regional Conference of 2026 and it goes to
Every story begins with a dream. Let's turn back the pages of time and step into the era where the journey of AICHE first began. AICHE, the American Institute of Chemical Engineers, RGIPT student chapter, was established in 2016, marking the start of a new chapter. The first pages of this journey were penned in golden words by 2017 batch alumni. The inaugural orientation of the chapter was organized on 28th September under the guidance of then RGIPT Director Professor P.K. Bhattacharya and the esteemed presence of Dr. Milan Kumar and Professor M.S. Balathanigaimani. With the first president, Mr. Nikhil Prabhuraj, leading the way.
Hello everyone, this is Nikhil Prabhuraj HPA and I hope everyone is doing really great at RGIPT. I'm here to tell you some things about RGIPT AICHE student chapter and I was lucky enough to be the first president of AICHE. The chapter was initially founded in 2016. It was founded by myself and Dr. Milan Kumar, and he was really supportive and he had paved the way for the chapter. What we initially thought is, because there were a couple of chapters in RGIPT for petroleum engineering, but there was no such chapter for chemical engineering that had a wider range and that wherein we could share ideas, know what things were going on all around the globe, not just in Asia or in India. So we wanted a chapter that has a wider range of. The chapter was founded, and I remember the first event that we had to conduct. We had thought through everything, what was going to be the event, how we were going to create it, how things were going to be, who was going to be the chief guest, what was going to happen. But in order to inculcate a competitive environment and in order to have fun and learning all together, we needed some prize money for participation, and sadly enough, when the chapter was founded, we didn't have much funds because there were other chapters also, and this was a new chapter, so we weren't given much funds for the chapter. So in order to have these events and have these continuous chapter going into the progress and going through, and it was difficult. So I remember the first event that we conducted, I had to pay, so the prize money came in from my own pocket, which was, I guess, a decent amount considering 2016, but I think it was all worth it because it is very important for a new chapter to start and not to stop at any obstacle. And I think we did really great in that event, and from there on we got that confidence that we could do we also could do better in events, and then from there on it went great.
Now, as we turn the page, the leadership baton was passed on to Mr. Pranjal Maheshwari, the next president, whose tenure marked one of the most successful periods in AICHE RGIPT's history. Under his leadership, AICHE RGIPT was honored with the Outstanding Student Chapter Award for the first time.
Hello, I am Pranjal Maheshwari, former student president of AICHE RGIPT Student Chapter 22 batch. It is rightly said, motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing, and that's the law of consistency. When I recall about my tenure of 21-22, we started with various initiatives including K-12, industry academy collaborations, webinar, and formation of sister chapters. Later on, we entered into the list of various AICHE flagship competitions, and it was the first time when we won Outstanding Student Chapter Award in 21-22. while stepping from our leaderboard positions and transferring our roles to juniors. We were always confident that the student chapter will grow multifold from where we left.
The legacy of this chapter wasn't just confined to the chemical industry. One such shining example is Miss Yashi Vijay, the former Joint Secretary and Freshman Recognition Award winner, who made a remarkable breakthrough in the non-core industry, proving that AICH's impact goes beyond boundaries.
Coming to the point of transition from core to non-core, it was a very strategic and difficult move for my career, but I somewhere knew what I wanted to do, and I took the time I got after my classes to study, to learn what was required to get me here. Being from a chemical background with almost no alumni network who knew about this, it was very difficult. But if I talk about AICHE here, AICHE helped me build a lot of connections, which not only then but even till now helps me move ahead. AICHE एक बहुत prominent chapter है. Everyone across the globe, everyone in India knows about it. Different forums, different international groups knows about AICHE. So if somewhere I say I was a part of AICHE, I used to run the international relations part of AICHE, it is a big deal.
However, the journey ahead was not going to be easy. There stood tough challenges like the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the hope of hosting a conference on the RGIPT campus, and facing these very tough challenges while working towards realizing their dreams. All of this is being carried forward by our former president, Mr. Siddhant Chatterjee.
Hello everyone, my name is Siddhant Chatterjee, President of AICHE RGIPT. Today I am standing here to show you and tell you about how AICHE is right now and what are its future plans. There were many other presidents which gave birth to what AICHE stands today, from first president to me. Before me, Mr. Praz sir, Mr. Dhruv Mishra, who were the previous two presidents after Praz sir. Now AICHE faced a big problem, which was COVID, in which the batch strength of our 2021 and 2020 batch strength was reduced to 18 and 10, due to which the number of students playing or controlling the whole chapter became so less that it was very difficult for us to control the chapter or host events, webinars and so on. So during that time, because we were having so much lessened number of students in our team, we were helped by many other students from different branches to manage the chapter. Now as I mentioned, we were very less in number. The number of events, webinars hosted by us was also decreased, which made us to chapter like a bit stagnant, I could say. Then after that, when our second year joined us, I became the treasurer, and after when we were having ample amount of students, I with my whole team were able to play a big role and increase the number of webinars. Now I have the following visions which I want the chapter to achieve during my tenure. The biggest one would be hosting a seminar. Till now, AICHE is unable to bring a single seminar in the college. So other than that, my next target would be having our own Chemicar team. Chemicar is a very well-known event which are hosted in all the AICHE conferences. So for Chemicar, we need again a lab, equipments and other things. For that also, we are trying to do our best, connected with faculties and so on. And lastly, in conferences, when I say conferences, there is something called SRC. I want that the SRC or the upcoming years should be at least once hosted at our college, because once we are able to host a single conference in our college, from the next or the upcoming years we will be selected for more conferences. And we already know that our college is lacking in one thing, which is popularity. Once conferences have been held here, our college will be well known all across India. Now, to achieve the goal of hosting SRC at our college, I and my team sent few of the selected students to SRC for pitching the hosting right for the upcoming SRC.
The hosting right for the Student Regional Conference of 2026, and it goes to Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Petroleum Technology.
The voting is done and the ballots have been collected. The winner and the host of SRC 2026 will be AICHE RGIPT.
You thought that was the end? But it was never just about winning the rights. The real challenge still awaits us, hosting SRC 2026. But preparing for something of this scale requires more than ambition. It requires leadership. As preparation for SRC 2026 begin, the responsibility now shifts to the leadership guiding the way forward. Let's hear from the chapter president, Mr. Arik Paroi.
Hello everyone, myself Arik Paroi, the current president of the AICHE RJPT student chapter for the tenure of 2025-2026. Student Regional Conference, a dream which was distant for years for us, one which was inherited by our seniors, our past AICHE community members. But in the previous tenure, when the bells rang and announcement was made that our chapter has acquired the rights to host the conference in our premises at the RJPT, it wasn't just a moment of victory and significance. It made a statement that we are here to rise and deliver above our weights. SRC 2026 is just not another event in our timeline. It has the potential to redefine our culture, our confidence, and our legacy as a chapter. Taking charge at such an important juncture was not that easy. Expectations were touching an all-time high and anticipation is at the highest. SRC 2025 marked a significant milestone in our chapter's history. For the first time ever, our third year and second year students participation in the SRC 2025 in unprecedented numbers. This time, not just only as attendees, but as competitors and ambassadors of the institute. What stood out most was the courage and valiance of our Chemicar team. Not only did they successfully participated in the SRC 2025, but also made it till the final run. That wasn't just participation, it was an initiative, it was a belief. To every student who chose to step out of their comfort zone, to the entire SRC team whose relentless dedication and efforts made this possible. This growth is only because of you. I wish you all the very best for the SRC 2026. At the start of this tenure, we came together as a team, and I hope after the SRC 2026, we rise together as a benchmark. At this defining moment, I hope you guys will give your very best and reshape the identity and culture of our chapter and the community. Wishing you all the very best.
SRC 2026 will not be defined by titles. It will be shaped by those who step forward. To the first year walking into this, the next chapter will be written by you.